I know, with that the Chechen Chimaev. Hey, we need to talk about this. One more thing before we get out of here. We need to talk about Mr. Chimaev. All right, let's talk about this guy. I keep hearing Chimaev this, Chimaev this, Chimaev that, but what does the history and facts say about Chimaev? And you guys are media, you should know this. Chimaev fled Chechnya with his family because, an oppressive warlord dictator that killed people indiscriminately. No hate on him. It's your country. He goes back to Chechnya. He goes back to Chechnya because somebody wants to buy him a G-Wagon. And he's like, oh, yeah, I'll be that whore. I'll do it. I'll bend the knee for you, man. I like G-Wagons. And then what happens? The leash gets way too tight. And you know what? I think the U.S. government kind of looks at him like a terrorist now. Why? Because people get all the time in Chechnya and they completely violate human rights. So now Chimaev's scared as shit. Like, oh man, dude, I wanted to be a whore, but I didn't want to go full tip. Now he flees to somewhere in the sand pit, and now he's hiding out in the sand pit.
Sean Strickland, your old friend, has been tweeting about you since the fight. He said that when you were in the gym together, he would actually out-wrestle you and be better than you in the wrestling over 4 rounds.
Bro, Dricus take him down many times, but how can he take me down, bro? Come on. This guy, I beat him everywhere and striking, but this guy just talk too much.
And now, what does he do? Chimaev, what does he do? He has a Bitcoin scam, and he scams all his fans. And let me tell you guys something. I had the same Bitcoin scam offered to me. It was like 200,000, and I was like, no, fuck you, dude. I'm not going to scam my fans. I don't need money that bad. But that's what Chimaev did. So, yeah, Chimaev, you can fight. You can fight. You got a beard. But let history record it as you, sir, are a whore. You fled a country. You went back, and you got buddy-buddy with a dictator, and you fled again. Doesn't matter how good of a fighter you are and will always be a f***ing whore. That's a good one, right? Clip that. Send, post.
So he's a funny guy. He's working with, what is his name? Buratino or what is his name?
Yeah, Paulo Costa.
Yeah, Paulo. I make them together.
And to answer your question about the little Chechen too, let's set the record straight. This man fled his country. He went to Sweden. He had a great life. Australia welcomes a lot of immigrants, and I respect you, but the immigrants in Australia assimilate and become Australian, and goddamn, I respect you all for that. But this man goes back to Chechnya, off a dictator, him off, lets his son beat him up, and the leash got too tight. Too many G-Wagons. He was collected on. And when it came down to go a little deeper and a little more, this little ran to somewhere in the Middle East. And then he goes and sells a Bitcoin scam. Chimaev can fight, but sir, you are not a man. The world knows you as not a man. You will never be a man, you little Chechen.
Магомед Анкалаев в интервью мне рассказывал, что Шона Стрикленда тяжело удержать на земле. Ты же работал с Шоном в Америке, так ли это?
Magomed Ankalaev told me in an interview that Sean Strickland is really hard to keep on the ground after a takedown. You worked with Strickland before. Do you agree with that? The assessment that it's really hard to keep him down?
Не знаю. Я держал его, я душил его, бил его, все. Он хороший боец, средний, знаешь, не знаю, духовитый парень. Камбой какой-то, знаешь, как из фильма. Так, если технически сравнивать нас, я на другом уровне. И в борьбе, и в грэпплинге, и в стойке. Так, сам он боец, реальный боец. Не будет там сидеть, просто ждать. Будет вперед, как я. Хочу подраться с любым. Хочу с Шоном Стриклендом тоже подраться. Хотя мы тренировались, у нас нет таких Непривязанности каких-то, драк, ничего не было. В зале тренировались, спарринги делали. Вроде нормальный чувак. Ну, деньги заработают, с ней любым поделюсь.
You know, I mean, I've taken him down, I've held him down, I've choked him, I've punched him. I mean, I've done all those things, so I don't see anything, you know, something special about him. Basically, he's a fighter's fighter. He's a good fighter. You know, if you look at him, he's like a, you know, an American cowboy, like from the movies. That's the kind of guy he is. But you know, we've done our work in the gym together, and if they offer him to me, if I can fight him for the belt, that's what I'll do. You know, I make the money, get the belt. I have nothing against him. I think that if you compare us on the skill levels wise, I'm levels above him. I'm in a whole different stratosphere from him. So, you know, he's not a threat to me. But you know, he's a good guy. He's a good fighter. And if I can, I'd fight anybody. I'd ready to fight anyone. So if there's a belt there, I'll fight him, no problem. Even Strickland.
Do you think that the winner of this fight should jump Imavov for a title opportunity?
I don't know, dude. I mean, here's the thing, dude. Do I think that, like, you want to see two terrorist Muslims fight each other, right? Like, what? No one gives. I mean, again, more than likely, Chimaev's gonna take down Imavov and just dry hump him for, you know, and nobody gives a fuck about two foreigners fighting.
And what do you think of Sean Strickland? I know you guys have trained together in the past. Do you think that's a good matchup for you?
Well, match is good for me, man. He makes money.
Yeah, life's weird, man. So when you're talking about Chimaev going to the White House, you know, he's best friends with like a warlord dictator that murders people. So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if this administration puts a terrorist on the White House card. I guess the perfect person to fight him would be me, right? The last real American in the UFC.
The fight people always thought was going to happen was you and Israel Adesanya for the title, but now Sean Strickland's the champion. What did you think of Strickland's win over Adesanya?
Actually, I was thinking about if Easy not knock him out, he gonna win. But it's happened. He couldn't knock him out first round. I was thinking if the guy just pressure him, Easy gonna get tired. Because all these guys, Easy fought, they play easy game. So Easy good on his game, you know, and just doing technique. Don't need to care about just like Sean Strickland went in, like me, you know. And straight in the punch, so smash faces, you know. So just need to drive in, and now everyone knows how to win against Easy, you know, how to make him tired. And when I fought win this fight, and Sean Strickland, maybe somebody else, and after that, Easy will come as well. If he's young, he's still fresh, man. So we're gonna fight White Knight as well.
We'll look back to Chimaev, you know, it's like, it's kind of hard, dude, because let's just say he does fight Imanov or whatever. Every fight, this guy gets hurt. Mysterious injuries. I break my hand, my ovaries hurt. Like, I did this, I did that. Like, dude, you've never produced an x-ray, you've never produced an MRI, like, but every fight, dude, you got to take a year off because you're injured. Like, are you that big of a bitch? So, I don't know, man. I think, it'll just be curious to see his trajectory and actually how many times he fights, you know. But, like, when you're him, do you have to fight? When you're off Cordero and you're getting gifted G-Wagons and, like, I mean, how much money do you think that guy gets from the Chechen warlord, right? He probably gets a ton. So it's like, for him, it's not necessarily about fighting. It's about having a belt for as long as possible. And I think that's why you have a guy who just sits on it and gets injured. Yeah.
Is that what's maybe very exciting about this fight? Dana White said the winner will be getting a title shot against Sean Strickland, and if you become the champion, you know that you're going to be fighting because there's always going to be a contender.
Actually, I don't think about this fight right now. I just focus on Usman, but they promised me, like I said before, Gilbert Burns, if you win with this guy against this guy, I'm gonna fight for the title. And since then, 2 years ago, you know, I fight again as well, but didn't get the title. So I don't know what's going on. So I'm not after that get just title. I'm going after all heads in the UFC, you know. Yeah, smash somebody, make money, be happy, man. If I finish everyone, stop everyone, they has to give me all belts, you know. So. Yeah.
You have obviously made the case for the Khamzat fight. I feel like it's probably one of the biggest fights in the division.
Yeah, no, I mean, nobody who wants to see two little go at it. You want to see a real American fight this little Chechen whore in American soil. This is a fight that needs to happen.
Do you think you can do what you did tonight to both Dricus du Plessis and Sean Strickland, no matter who it is?
I don't know, but I can't say anything right now. So I'm not, like, specialist sit here and I gonna do this, that, but I gonna do my best job I can do. So it can be same way, maybe harder way. Don't know.
Yeah, I hate to spoil it for you. I don't think you're going to get on the White House card.
I mean, dude, who knows, dude? I mean, no, dude. Maybe I got to go hang up on Epstein or some shit. I guarantee you, dude. Chimaev would go to a fucking island. That motherfucker's going all day long. That dirty little.
Who do you think is the most deserving person to fight for that belt first?
What?
Who do you think is the most deserving contender to challenge you for that belt first?
I don't care about these things, bro. I just where they give the money, I fight anyone.
See, did you see Khamzat Chimaev was on a podcast earlier this week, the Jackson podcast, and he was asked about this legendary sparring session you guys had. He said he tapped you out. That's why you hate him.
Bro, I made him quit training. Witnesses in the audience. Where's Eric at? I made him quit. No, dude. We're doing positional grappling, and he positional grappling. All right, start on my back, and I was like first round. I let him choke me because it's like no one gives a. Let me tell you about this little bitch. I'll tell you. When I walk into a gym, do you think that I go find the little weakest man? I say, let's spar. I say, no, I go find the biggest, baddest motherfucker. I'm like, hey, I want to spar you. Every time Chimaev would walk in the gym, he would pick the smallest, lowest level pro and say, but he looks like my opponent. You're beating the out of this. And this is a true story. You guys could back me up, my team. He would pick the smallest guy. Chimaev's a fucking bully. And if you notice what he does in the division, he just runs and fucking hides. Oh, now I want to go to 205 and fight fucking Yuri, who's not even the champ, dude. You just run and fucking hide. You did it when you train with us, and you're doing it in the division.
And Sean been there. Sean been in a lot of wars, and I don't think so. He wanted so much Dricus.
Do you feel like, we hear about these terms of like bully fighters? Do you feel like if he's in there with someone who can give...
Bro, I mean, look at when he fought my boy, little Brazilian guy. What's his name?
Burns.
Gilbert Burns, dude. Good family, man. Gilbert Burns, dude. Gilbert Burns pulled his card, dude. Gilbert Burns like 5'8" and almost fucked him up. Did a goddamn good job. Gilbert Burns is a savage, but it's like, you're just a bully, dude. Just a bully. You got Chimaev, the fucking goat. Like, who's really entertaining in this division? Nobody. So